Thompson, Verbal Judo, The Gentle Art of Persuasion. Welcome to the realm of Verbal Judo, a powerful method of persuasion that stems from the experiences of its creator, Thompson. In this book summary, you'll explore the gentle art of communication and how it can transform conflict resolution, enhance empathy, and foster more meaningful relationships. Learn to avoid phrases and actions that trigger negativity, embrace the power of empathy, and hone your skills to become a contact professional in high-pressure situations. In a world full of miscommunication and tension, Verbal Judo aims to provide you with a set of tools that will empower you to thrive in your personal and professional lives.
The Power of Verbal Judo. Communication as an Art of Diffusing Conflict, a Practical Guide to Verbal Judo. Imagine being a rookie cop in a rough neighborhood of Emporia, Kansas, and getting dispatched to break up a domestic altercation at 2 a.m. You'd be scared, right? Luckily, the author's partner, Officer Bruce Fair, was wise enough to know the art of communication and effectively used Verbal Judo. The author shares this experience as his first lesson in Verbal Judo, where there are no fixed rules but strategic approaches to communication. Officer Fair, unfazed by the screaming couple, sat on their couch and read the newspaper. His presence interrupted the dispute, and he asked the couple to use their phone, which threw them off and drew compliance. The officer cleverly pretended to be displeased that someone refused his call at 2 a.m. Then, in a low tone, he reminded the couple to be quiet at night and asked about their conflict. By utilizing effective communication, the conflict was resolved amicably. This experience opened the author's mind to master the art of communication. He learned to observe and take notes on how communication diffuses tense situations. He observed his fellow officers closely and uncovered the strategy behind their instincts. Verbal Judo is a guide that showcases the art of communication and takes you through practical, strategic approaches. It's an excellent tool for anyone in a conflict-prone environment and anyone interested in learning practical communication skills. The book gives a clear understanding of how communication can diffuse conflict, and how a strategic approach can make a significant difference in any confrontation. Mastering the art of effective communication. Effective communication is not just about what you say, but also how you say it. This is the central message of Verbal Judo, a communication strategy that emphasizes respect and persuasion over confrontation and coercion. The author argues that common phrases like, "come here," or "you wouldn't understand," can be counterproductive and should be avoided in favor of engaging, informative language that helps to build trust and respect. Using real-life examples, the book shows how Verbal Judo can help everyone from police officers to parents to improve their communication skills and achieve better outcomes. By explaining the rationale behind rules and focusing on positive outcomes, communicators can elicit cooperation and understanding instead of defensiveness and resentment. Overall, Verbal Judo offers a compelling case for the power of language to influence behavior and shape relationships. The magic of empathy. Empathy allows you to see through someone else's eyes and improves communication. It's not about sympathy, but understanding another's perspective. Being empathetic can help diffuse tense situations and save lives, like in the author's experience of preventing a suicide attempt by understanding the man's perspective and offering alternative ways of committing suicide. Mastering the art of paraphrasing. Learn how to interrupt a conversation gracefully and use the paraphrasing technique to improve communication with others. Do you struggle to get a word in edgewise with people who love to talk? Do you want to know how to politely interrupt them and steer the conversation your way? The key is to use the powerful technique of paraphrasing. Interrupting someone can feel intimidating, but it's necessary to get the conversation moving in the right direction. To do this, use a neutral word like "whoa" or "listen" in a calm voice to politely pause them. Once you have their attention, paraphrase what they said in your own words to show that you understand and are listening. Paraphrasing is a powerful tool in communication, showing empathy and understanding to the other person. It gives you control of the conversation and allows you to clarify their points. By saying you want to make sure you've understood correctly, you signal that you care about their position and are willing to work with them. For example, if your partner accuses you of always coming home late, you might ask if they think you're always too late. This opens up the conversation to discuss the reasons behind your lateness and how to fix the issue. Paraphrasing allows you to communicate effectively and prevent misunderstandings in your personal and professional life. In conclusion, interrupting a conversation and paraphrasing can be mastered with practice. These skills can help you build better relationships and make communication more effective. Mastering communication under pressure. Effective communication is essential to make people happy and compliant. To achieve this level of professionalism, one needs to identify and overcome their communication flaws. Such flaws can be considered as inner enemies. The author discovered early on that he had trouble with people challenging his authority, which he named "Wannabet voice." When facing high-pressure situations, recognizing and naming the inner enemy can help you keep calm and avoid errors or aggressive reactions. The importance of overcoming such inner enemies can be seen in the example of Michael Jordan, who delivered his best game even under pressure. Therefore, identifying and mastering communication under pressure can take your communication skills to the next level by making you a contact professional. The power of effective communication. Communication can often fail due to the imprecise use of language. But effective translation requires knowing exactly what you wish to communicate and adapting it to a specific audience to transmit your precise thoughts. This can be achieved by tailoring your speech to every individual, as each person has a unique character and responds differently to communicative approaches. In today's world, effective communication is a critical skill that often separates successful people from the rest. But communication is often hindered by people speaking at cross purposes, leading to misunderstandings. This is where the power of effective translation comes in, making sure that what you intend to communicate is accurately transmitted through the right words. To achieve this, the first step is to know precisely what you want to communicate. For instance, if you want to express regret for missing your anniversary, you must choose the right words, as there are a million ways to say sorry, some of them effective, others not. The second step is to tailor your speech to a specific audience, taking into account their unique character and how they are likely to respond to different communicative approaches. For example, if you're a police officer in a city, you need to speak differently to an elderly woman than you would to a young man from the suburbs. Parents also know the importance of adapting their words to suit their kids' unique characters and communicative approaches. In the same way, every individual is unique, and you must tailor your speech to succeed in effective communication. In conclusion, effective communication requires precise language, effective translation, and tailoring your speech to a specific audience. By following these steps, you can ensure that what you intend to communicate is accurately transmitted and understood. Mediation in life and law enforcement. The importance of mediation in resolving conflicts is demonstrated through the author's experience as a police officer. Mediation involves making a situation clearer, and this is crucial in policing to save officers from dire situations. The act of mediation can help individuals recognize something new and different, leading to a peaceful resolution. In the book Snippet, the author explains how mediation is a crucial aspect of resolving conflicts in life and law enforcement. The act of mediation involves making situations clearer, leading to a peaceful resolution. The author's experience as a police officer, highlighting how mediation can save officers from dangerous situations, illustrates the importance of the skill set. The author's experience with mediation shows how it helped him defuse a situation with a man who was causing a commotion in a bar. After the author's mediation moves, the man eventually allowed himself to be taken into custody. This means that in resolving conflicts, mediation can help individuals recognize something new and different. By making the situation clearer, individuals are equipped to make informed decisions, leading to a peaceful resolution of conflict. Handling domestic disputes. Disputes in relationships can be used to productive ends when handled appropriately. Interrupt with a brief, empathetic sentence and paraphrase your partner's words. This can open up an opportunity for your partner to see your love and commitment, making it possible to manage relationship difficulties in a constructive way. The reality of relationships is that they are rarely a life of blissful harmony and intimacy. Domestic disputes can pop up out of nowhere and create tension in a marriage. However, these disputes don't have to lead to turmoil and destruction. In fact, domestic disputes can be used to productive ends when handled appropriately. For example, a friend of the author was attacked by his wife upon returning home from work. He was accused of undermining her authority with the children every night intentionally. The friend initially reacted with shock, anger, and irritation, but the situation could have gone differently. The proper approach in such a situation is to interrupt with a brief, empathetic sentence like, "Whoa. Hang on a second, I just need to be sure I am understanding you right." This gives you an opening to paraphrase your partner's words, giving him or her a chance to clarify their intentions. This approach can help dull the partner's accusation and move on to a constructive conversation about how both parties can handle the situation better. If you engage in conflict in this manner, you're opening up an opportunity for your partner to see your love and commitment, which can repay you 100 times over. With these tactics, you can handle relationship difficulties in a constructive way and use domestic disputes to strengthen your bond.
As we wrap up this summary of Verbal Judo, the gentle art of persuasion, it's evident that effective communication can make or break your interactions with others. By avoiding direct orders and condescension, embracing empathy, practicing paraphrasing, and adapting your speech to suit your audience, you'll be well on your way to becoming a contact professional. Remember to always work on your inner enemies, be receptive to different perspectives, and use mediation to defuse tense situations. So, equip yourself with the powerful arsenal of verbal judo, and start transforming your everyday conflicts into opportunities for growth and understanding.